I think my shirt was like second or third up in the rafters. I don't know who started it, but then everyone just started throwing shirts up. Guys were missing. Guys were like trying to get everyone's shirt stuck up there.
It looks like an art situation.
Yeah, it was an art installation, that's for sure.
All right, welcome everybody to season 2 of Never Offside with Julia and Kat. Very excited to be back, and today we are talking to this popular guy in Montreal named Nick Suzuki, so we're excited to talk to him. But first, before we get into season 2, I wanted to kick it off with, some would say, something we manifested in season 1. I think. I think some would say that. I have a reveal.
Oh my gosh. It's here in the flesh. The
It's here.
bobblehead.
The sleepover bobblehead.
No, the bobble bed. The bobble bed.
It's a bobble bed. It's here in the flesh. I have the only
Wait.
copy.
Hold it up more.
Okay,
I need
here's
to
Ty.
study this. There's Ty.
Yeah, there's Tyler. Here is Will and Macklin. Very funny with Will's
And the milk and
his-
cookies on the bed.
and the milk and cookies, which wasn't in the actual photo, but when Ty came on the podcast, he,
Yeah, told the story.
discussed it here first. So I think we manifested this, and the Sharks have entrusted me with the only bobblehead in existence right now. It's the only one alive. The rest are still wherever they're being made.
Wow.
So this is the one. So
I can't believe you've got the prototype.
I've got the prototype.
What do I have to do to get one of those sent to me here in South Florida?
As my favorite co-host, I have one that I
Tucked
have.
away.
Yeah, tucked away. For you.
Okay, great.
But I can't give you the
this
prototype.
is
though.
not this can actually be like a play item for kids. It's not just like a bobblehead that just goes to sit there to die on a shelf.
Yeah, it's interactive.
This is
you know?
like, hey Will, hey Ty.
it's just so funny. And then say like you lose the Will and Mac one, you just have
Just Ty on it. Oh my gosh, this is great. Well, I know they're going to be hot commodities because there's only like 1,000 or something.
Well, so opening night they're giving away the Will and Mac one, and then you have the opportunity to buy Tyler's
Shut
for charity.
up. It's a two. Like it's a. You what?
Yeah, so this one comes with opening night, right? And then I believe if you're like a Sharks, I think it's called 365 member, you also have like early access to it. But then Tyler's piece doesn't come with the bobblehead. You have to pay for it
For charity.
going to charity. Yes. I think it's $35, which is funny. I thought it was
So
maybe going to be like
what if you don't
73.
get the Will Mac? You could just buy Ty.
You have to go to opening night to get Tyler, basically.
This is amazing.
Okay. Well, speaking of just Nick Suzuki, the funniest thing about this bobblehead to me is both Will and Mac kind of look like Cole, like in ways. Or I'm like shaky, which is funny. They both from the side profiles look like Cole, which is funny. And I've seen some people on like Instagram and Twitter like saying that, which is funny too. So
That's hilarious.
it all comes full circle.
circle with the bobble bed.
Yeah, so that is the fun going on over here. But you are now in a different location. You're in
Yes,
Florida now.
I'm in a new podcast studio. I'm kidding. Just a new room. We are officially in Florida. We've been down here for over a month now. It's quite weird. It feels like we've been here for forever. We're very much into a routine, ingrained, like in everything. Schools, kids are in sports. I'm already running left, right, center there. Honestly, it's been such a smooth transition. Everything feels very wonderful and right now.
Yeah.
So it's exciting, and it's
I'm dying because not just you have a different background, but you're like in a tank top and like
tank top.
you look very like summery right now, and like you
Yeah.
just look like you have been. What's that meme right now? Like you look happier. Thanks. I moved to Florida.
I know. I actually almost reposted a Bethany Frankel one because she's moved to Florida too. And actually, I just learned that she looked at this house that I am living in to buy right before we did. And I was like, oh, what?
That's
Anyways,
cool.
I thought that was a fun fact I learned literally this weekend. Yes.
Everything revolves back to Bravo.
Everything circles back to Bravo. But yeah, it's all good. Jeff is starting camp here, and that's exciting too, because that's the whole reason we're here. So I think we're both like anxious for that part to start. And like usually it's like, oh gosh, okay, if we like here's rip the Band-Aid off, I lose Jeff in terms of like helping with the kids and stuff, but we're both like, okay, let's go. Let's like get it going.
Have you met the team?
No, I actually have not met anybody on the team yet. We have something coming up, I think, next week. So I'm like, my extroverted team mom
that's
in me.
Crazy for you not to know everyone by now.
I know it is, but I also have to remind myself, like, they played hockey until almost July, so like they are milking this time of like freedom until the last dying second, because they got a lot shorter of a summer. And it's funny because some of the guys have mentioned to Jeff, like in the locker room, they've been training for the whole month together already, and he's been fishing with the guys, and they're like doing Florida things together. They are kind of saying like it's a little bit more, it's different than on other teams. Like other teams are doing, like you guys are going to like sporting events and things like that. He's like, it's a little bit of more of a quiet time right before camp and during camp with us, just because we know, but like once the season starts, it's like all the events and we do fun things together ramp up. So I'm looking forward to all that.
It's funny that I didn't think of that of all people, but the shortened summer versus the long one, like it's such a different, mentality. And that is funny because here I feel like we've done like 80 team events already.
You're like summer. You're more like not excited. You're just more like you're ready to like get back into like the team groove and things like that. Where here it's like they're still taking a beat, which rightfully so.
Taking a break,
and
makes
then
sense.
it's gonna ramp up. I'm just so excited. Just the energy is so fun already, and it's gonna be a fun, exciting year. So stay tuned, because I'll have our weekly updates here of what's happening in South Florida, because this life here is
your weather updates.
My weather updates. It's almost about to be storm time here. We're in hurricane season, and we get like a 1:30 p.m. storm every day. So that's fun.
Well, I'm excited to hear how the vibe of the team, the room, the family room, all the things. So
yes. The Petrie Circus is here and ready to take it all in, so stay tuned for that. But up next, we are going to catch up with our old friend Nick Suzuki to talk all things Montreal Canadiens, this wild summer he had, who he would be starstruck by. It was a funny answer we got from him, and so many more things with him. And we also make him fill out a Habs yearbook, best dressed, most likely to be late, all those sort of things. So that'll be up next with our first guest of season 2.
Welcome back to Never Offside. We are here with our very first guest of season 2. He doesn't really need that much of an introduction because he's the captain of the Montreal Canadiens, and Julie and I are lucky to call him our friend. Welcome, Mr. Nick Suzuki.
Thank you. First guest of season 2.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm honored.
We were really into you being our first guest, which leads to the most embarrassing story of our booking lives. On
you ghosting us for maybe 3 weeks.
Busy guy.
You're a busy guy, but you know what? We didn't treat you as that, and we're sorry about that. Julie and I, for reference, we were going after you for a date, and you weren't responding. We're like, damn, why is he ghosting us? Like, what could he be doing?
We're like, not Nick. Like, not Nick. Like, our producers are like, give it up. Don't push it. And we're like, no, this is not Nick.
No, it's Nick.
No,
He's the nicest guy.
That was bad.
What could he be? Well, what could you have been doing?
What was bad was us, because Nick finally texts us back, and he casually says, sorry, been busy at a camp in Calgary. And it dawned on me. He's at the freaking Olympic training camp, and we are just, you want to come on our podcast, Nick? And he's so casual, humble, just at a camp. No big deal.
It was
Just out of
mortifying.
camp,
Yeah.
That was all right.
Well, thanks for not ghosting us forever because Ty was gonna tell you to after that. He was like mortified for us. So thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of course. Happy to chat with you guys for a bit.
Speaking of the camp, real quick, what were the vibes of the camp? Like, what can you explain it to us?
Yeah, it was no skating. We're just kind
Oh,
of getting toward with the group and meeting the coaches, meeting the management, and for the guys that weren't on the Four Nations team, it was nice to put names and faces together. So yeah, it was fun. It was just lighthearted. We had a golf
so no
day,
skating, so just like
yeah,
golfing and
Like bonding
socializing.
activities?
dinners and going out at night. So it was fun.
Was there anyone that you didn't like personally really know yet that you got to like meet, or do you know everyone?
I honestly didn't know that many guys.
Oh,
There's like a few guys that I played with in the past or just competed against, but it was nice to meet pretty much all new guys around the NHL, and NHL is a small world, so I'm sure you run into these guys in the future at some point.
I'm sure it wasn't any fun.
Yeah.
Speaking of big things that you did this summer, we were so excited to get to celebrate your wedding with you. How's married life?
It's been good. I think we had a great time. Everyone had a great time at the wedding. It was everything and more that me and Caitlin had hoped for. So, I was happy that you guys got to come and everyone that we played with before and currently got to come. So, hockey weddings are a good time, and I really enjoy it.
I mean, well, thank you for sitting us across from each other because we had a really fun
Yeah.
time.
Caitlin did a great job with the
Had,
seating chart.
no,
Yeah.
that was me.
Oh, all you.
Oh,
Well,
that's
so
cool.
I think it was cool, which maybe people out gathered, but you guys got married like earlier, and it was just essentially a party, a huge party celebration, and we all got to watch the actual wedding, which we were all laughing. We're like, we feel like this is The Bachelor, and they were like zooming in and droning over y'all on the boat and stuff. That was
Yeah.
so cool. So that's so you and Caitlin though, is just going and being on your own, right?
Yeah, we wanted it kind of just to be the two of us and super private. The whole plan going into it was to show the video to everyone, and we had to lie to everyone that they weren't going to see anything until after Montreal when we got the video. But that had already been organized and planned with our wedding planners to surprise the group. So I think everyone was pretty shocked when that came on.
I thought your posting of it was really interesting on social, just how like you kind of like threw everyone off because like I would think as like a fan they would think that you were currently eloping. Meanwhile, we're
Yeah.
all in Montreal with you.
They're
That
like,
was
what?
Caitlin. Yeah, Caitlin,
That was
she had it prepared for like a month, I think, her post. It was just sitting there waiting.
I love it.
And we were standing there before we entered the room in front of all you guys, and she's like, "Oh, I'll just post it now."
that was such a cool like
Yeah.
baller thing to do. I don't know. That just reminds me of like when you're I don't know. It didn't seem like a distraction, but it was just like a cool surprise, I guess,
Yeah.
for everyone. So
Yeah, everyone checked their Instagram during the night and saw some cool photos of it. So that was cool.
Well, it was an amazing night. It was such a fun reunion for like our team when we were all together in Montreal. So that was super special, and just getting to catch up with everybody from such a special and unique time. And really, when you were coming in, you were baby Nick coming in at the time when we were all there, and now
Yeah.
what are you going into your fourth season as a captain?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
you know what was interesting? I was telling people that it was almost like the first time that team, the Stanley Cup run team, got to actually hang out like all
Yeah.
together because
Yeah.
we were, in COVID together. So we didn't really have too much time together. So it was kind of a really nice, like you said, reunion. So
Yeah, I don't know. That team was super close, and I feel like everyone is still close. So, it's always fun to see everyone from now and then during the season, and seeing you guys on when we come on the road is always fun.
you looked so happy the entire time. I've actually never seen you out that late before.
Honestly.
Honestly. And Caitlin looks so
Weddings are
beautiful.
kind of my thing.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't
You
know
were
why.
on the dance floor, like.
Well, okay, yes. So it turned into what it was, a typical hockey wedding. And honestly, I've never been to a non-hockey wedding that ends up with everyone's shirts off, just a different vibe by the end of the night. And sure enough, the Suzuki wedding, ended up there. But was there anything that went wrong the night of the wedding or day
Yeah,
of?
behind the scenes drama.
Like, there's always something.
Uh, in Montreal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, no, I don't think so. Not that I can
Anything
think of.
I
anything
mean, we
in
wouldn't
the
know
elopement?
anyway because he's so
In
cool,
the
calm, and collected.
In Turks we were delayed like an hour and a half, but honestly our wedding planners did amazing. Everything was smooth. We had like six wedding planners there, like making sure everything was in line, and obviously the Four Seasons in Montreal is an amazing spot and they host everyone so well. So I don't think we had really any hiccups to be honest.
That's rare and perfect. So
Yeah,
good.
I had no
Yeah.
complaints.
At the actual wedding, obviously the shirts came off. Who I think we know the answer to this, but do you know who was the first to take his shirt off?
I know the answer to this.
You know the
Yeah,
answer?
I know
I don't
the
know.
answer.
I feel like
Okay, but maybe guess.
maybe
Yeah.
guess. Oof. I remember, I think Patty Line had his tie around his head pretty early. I don't know whose shirt came
Very,
off.
very early. I actually want to have him on the pod because I want to ask him, like, did you do that yourself?
I don't know. He must have done it himself. I feel
Yeah,
like
I
he
don't
would
think it was assisted.
Yeah, I love
have.
that.
Who had their shirt off first?
We think it was him,
Yeah, we
right?
think
It
it
was
was him.
Patty? Oh, really?
Yeah, but maybe
Yeah.
cool. So Tyler was stressed the whole night because he was wearing like his nicest white shirt, and he was just so stressed that if he took his shirt off, was he going to get it back? Because then everybody started throwing him up to the like rafter things. Did Tyler ever get his shirt back? Was my question.
That's a great question. I think so.
I think everyone made it back with their shirts. I think my shirt was like second or third up in the rafters. I don't know who started it, but then everyone just started throwing shirts up. Guys were missing. Guys were like trying to get everyone's shirt stuck up there. The photos actually came out unreal. Like I have a
Unreal.
It
sick
looks
photo of like all the shirts just dangling and everyone dancing.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
It looks like an art
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Like a
I was
Burning
dying.
Man.
Yeah, it was an art installation, that's for sure.
Well, Nick, is that beautiful photo you have, which by the way, we must see that. Is that when everyone was like holding each other dancing to Coldplay?
I don't know. I have so many photos that we have to go through, and
It was like
I can
everyone
probably
like
send it to
doing
you guys when I find it. But
one moment.
yeah, the Coldplay when we played Fix You at the end of the night, that was pretty special.
Oh, I
Yeah.
missed
was-
that.
It was, oh my God.
You were in
Okay,
bed
well,
already.
I was in bed already. I would have cried. I really would have
Yeah.
cried. I cried every time that song came on and y'all skated out on the ice, like every time. So that would have been emotional.
Julie, it
Yeah.
was them all holding each other
Oh,
doing like one of
good.
these.
I couldn't
art.
handle it. So I'm glad I was gone because I would have been a basket case and then been like, what's wrong with Petrie's wife?
Yeah. That was beautiful. Like, who
Yeah,
knew
it
that
was.
that could.
It was a picture perfect wedding. I can't believe you guys are married. You guys now have like a pet farm. You got 2 cats and a dog now. You're
Yeah.
just really growing up there, Nick.
I know. We got Ruby sitting right here laying down beside me. So
I was gonna say, can we meet Ruby? I want to meet
can
Ruby.
you meet her? She's
Yeah.
just hanging out here.
Oh, sweet girl.
I just
like
took her
that.
for a walk, so she's a
Tucker.
little tired. But
Okay, wait. So my question about now that you have a dog to walk, have you ever or now do you walk the cats?
No.
we when we first got them, we had like harnesses, and
Oh,
I tried
no,
to
I
put
remember
I tried to
this.
put our Milo in the harness, and he just froze. So
I had a great kind of visual of like now with like the golden leading the cats and you like around the streets of Montreal.
maybe one day.
With an aura around him. It's just Nick strolling Westmount with three animals.
Beautiful animals, yeah.
That's hilarious. Well,
That'd be good.
so all of that after that, did you guys didn't go on a honeymoon, or did you?
No, we actually went back to London for like a couple weeks just to spend time with family and friends, and then back to Montreal. So
And a lot of golf, watching a lot of baseball.
Yeah.
I checked our scores. You know, Boyd is keeping me in the loop on the Blue Jays and Tigers right now. So
both having good seasons.
very good. I guess we're fighting for first place.
Yeah, we'll just have to see the Dodgers in the final, which will be tough.
Sorry. It's gonna happen probably every year from here on out. I'm just
It's
gonna
the three of us.
warn
It's
you.
the three of us, our teams.
It really is. That's
How
funny.
beautiful.
I
Yeah,
know.
that's nice.
But hopefully the Blue Jays have a good run. It's been fun to watch, and Gally and Jake are freaking out every single game. So
Okay, shifting gears into more serious topics. we're going to go into real hockey stuff. You are just wise beyond your years. Nick has always been this old soul. Caitlin, too. I think we talked about that on the podcast with her. But you're going into your 4th year as captain of the Montreal Canadiens, which is a really big deal. And to watch from afar, you just like come into your own has been just amazing, but not surprising. Who has really walked alongside you and like ushered you into this position? Because it's kind of bigger than any other team, I would say. Just like that pressure, the honor, like everything from day one.
It's been everyone, honestly, like from obviously like Webby and Pricey, like playing with those two guys earlier in my career, just guys that I watched growing up and how much they have done for the league. And then Toff and Jeff, like those two guys were some of the most, like we spent the most time together on road trips and in Montreal and playing on the power play, all 3 of us together. And there's so many guys that I got to learn off of and just try to take the best qualities of everyone and put it into myself and try to be the best captain that I could be.
When something huge happens on the team, like Carey just recently coming to Ty's team, which is crazy. What happens in that situation for you? Like, do you get the first calls from the media? Like, do you have to like go to media? Like, what happens for you in that situation?
Everyone kind of saw it coming for a while, so it wasn't like a shock. But I'm sure at the golf tournament tomorrow, I'll get some questions on Carey and all that. But yeah, that kind of stuff I don't really hear about from management. So, I hope to build that relationship in the future where they bounce ideas off me. So, but yeah, I'm just getting older and, I think I can provide good information for them. So I try my best.
Were you good at public speaking before becoming the captain?
No.
No. Is it scary? Is it like?
I've actually gotten better at it each season for sure. My first year when they gave me the mic after the season ended, I was like, what am I gonna say? Like I just try to get it over with. But
does your pulse rate, like, do you get like a heavier heartbeat?
Yeah,
you do, because like you don't see it. Like,
you don't see it.
You and Jeff are similar. Ty too. Like you guys are just like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like at my wedding, I wasn't really nervous. I knew everyone there, and so I'm just speaking to everybody. And at the Bell Center, it's just like you don't really realize how big the crowd is when you're standing on the ice. But if I were to walk on like a stage in front of a bunch of random people and try to give a speech, it would be a little bit different. Something when I have my hockey gear on, it makes it easier for some reason.
Would you be able to give a whole speech in French?
No.
No. Is it coming along?
Towards that though?
Yeah, I'm trying. Like I'd want to, hopefully be able to answer questions one day, but it's just hard. It's hard for me to listen to what they ask me and then translate it and then for me to come up with something to say. So it's a work in progress.
You do it well in the commercials that you've been in and the lines that you're being fed. Do you have any of those? Like Montreal is special in that regard because there's so many of these like fun like sponsorship opportunities. Like even Jeff had like Petri Poutine, who was on a McDonald's commercial, and like I can imagine they're just kind of like left and right for you. Like, do you have any coming up or new ones?
Any lined up? Yeah, I got a Tim Hortons commercial shot, I think on Tuesday. So yeah, so I got that and a couple of things. That's the beauty of Montreal. There's all these opportunities outside of hockey and to do sponsorships, to meet different people. Everyone loves the team here, so you never really have a problem with anything outside of hockey, which is cool.
Has there ever been like a creative that they've pitched to you that you're like, we're good on doing that?
Yeah, you're not saying yes to everything. Like I try to keep my summer as open as it can be. But there's a lot of opportunities and it's great. Like everyone on the team, from like car deals to commercials to autograph signings, you can do a lot of different things outside and meet a lot of cool people through that.
What are our personal thoughts on Mr. Cole Caulfield's ad game?
What do you think of his?
He's been busy.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't
he
know what
has
his
been.
I don't know what his past deal was with. I think that was yesterday. He posted something. And
Yeah,
he's got
that's
like,
what made us
Like,
ask this. We were like, we
yeah,
gotta ask him about clothes.
I've never heard him talk about it, but I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
It's like a fancy craft dinner.
Going back to like who handles like your booking, like because you're so hard to get a hold of and stuff, like all this stuff, and like
when you're
you're
not
like, oh yeah,
ghosting
I got
people.
this on Tuesday, this on Monday, da da da. Like, is that all you? Is it all in your brain? Do you write it down?
My scheduling in my head is terrible. Caitlin has to remind me for a lot of things, but like my agency does a good job of like texting me a couple times leading up to the events, and also I've done some stuff with the NHLPA that has been cool, and they're always dialed in. So
Love it.
I just try to, I'll probably figure it out the day before, and I'm ready to go.
Sounds about right. We were about to hit up Caitlin and be
Yeah.
like, so how do we get a hold of your husband?
I was gonna say Ty when I told Ty's like, just text Caitlin. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
that would be weird. I'm going.
No, what was weird is how much we texted Nick, and then I ruthlessly question mark Kat's
Yeah,
last text.
when I saw that, I knew I had to respond.
We're like, he's too good of a guy to not respond.
Again, busy guy. We get it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so just back to your demeanor, like how do you stay so level-headed and calm throughout the ups and downs of the season? I mean, the pressure, like what is it? Do you go home? Do you decompress with something? Like, what is it? Are you just a unicorn?
I'm definitely not a unicorn. I think it's just kind of been who I am my whole life. I'm like I never go too high or too low. Everything that I take, I try to put a positive spin on it. There's definitely a ton of frustrating points during a season, especially like the last few for us has been it's been tough, but I try to vent it out to my teammates, my coaches, Caitlin, and once the game's done and that night's over, I try to move on pretty quickly. So I never try to dwell on it too much and just keep moving forward and being positive. I think that's really helped me in this market. And, there's a lot of negativity sometimes. And if you let that creep into you a lot, it can eat away at you. And, it's just try to stay positive as much as I can.
Well, and you and Caitlin are just like perfect for that together because she probably just balances any of that negativity. She probably just slaps it back, like away
Yeah, she
from
doesn't
you.
like any of that negativity, but
Y'all are just such a good pairing for this position, and watching her come into it. This is what we talked to her about, is just watching her come into her own and kind of create her own new traditions and things like that within, the family room. That's a big deal too. And she kind of, what's the saying, took the bull by the horns and
mhm.
didn't stray away from that. So you're so lucky to have a wonderful bride like that.
Yeah, I know. I've been impressed with her on that side. When Angela dumped the Wise Fund on her
Yeah.
at like 20, 22, 23. It's a lot of work, and I help her out with the wives fund and figuring all the financial side out because I'm the numbers guy, and she arranges all the gifts and parties and catering and all that stuff. So she's really good
Y'all
at
are a
that.
dream team.
Yeah, that's nice. That's
Yeah.
a
I
really
love
nice.
it. Since back to school, back to hockey, I want to do a little yearbook, if you will. If we were to make a yearbook of current Habs players, and just what's the first name that comes to mind when we ask you how we're going to fill out this yearbook. So, first
Yeah.
one would be, who is the class clown?
Class clown. We have too many. I'd say like Cole or Slav.
Most street smart.
Most street smart. I don't know.
Probably you.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you got to think it's me, but I don't want to say myself.
You can answer yourself.
Let's see. Say Nui or Jake. Jake he knows where he sometimes doesn't look like he knows where he is, but
He's
he
a
figures
twin
it out.
Smarty
dad. He's a
pants.
twin
Yeah.
dad now. He's going to
Yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah.
So, maybe we'll give it to Jake. Okay, best dressed.
Patty Line is pretty good.
Okay.
Best hair.
Montembeau, got good hair.
Okay, highest GPA, so just book smart.
Mike Matheson,
Good one.
still going to school.
Wow.
Oh, biggest drama queen.
Uh, Cole, Arbor, Dovish,
They're
Ghouls.
fine.
They're all
fighting
Oh,
for you.
wow.
yeah.
It's gonna be a big yearbook.
They're
That's
Okay.
drawn.
true.
Yeah.
Okay, most likely to be late.
Most likely to be late. Struble,
Makes sense. Most likely to order poutine.
Montembeau for sure.
Most talented at the most random things.
Galley, and it's kind of annoying. He's athletic. He's smarter than people give him credit for. So he kind of always he's just like good at
He can just
random
pick
things,
up
and then
anything.
Cole actually work on it away from the like at home to get better at random stuff for sure.
I
Like
love
if you
that.
guys are having like a pickleball tournament, he's gonna be like training type
Yeah,
thing.
he'll like go practice before just so he can win. That's he's just competitive like that.
It's funny. Most likely to become prime minister.
I mean, Galley loves politics, but I don't know if I'd vote for him. I'd say Matheson. Yeah, he'd be a good one.
Most likely to organize your 20-year team reunion.
Probably say me.
Yeah, you and Caitlin can renew your vows.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll come.
Run it,
Well,
run
everyone
it
will
back.
come. Yeah.
Who would keep you alive on a deserted island?
Say Nui. Grew up in Newfoundland. You got to think he's got some outdoorsman skills.
Makes sense. This is funny. Now Julie's mind is turning because she wants to turn this into a graphic with like a little like
Oh yeah, now I'm gonna like take this and I'm gonna take pictures and I'm gonna make it into this whole yearbook looking thing. So thank you for
the,
our
like
first
boy mom
ever,
and her.
yeah, our first ever edition of NHL yearbook for the Habs.
So back to Montreal as a city. Now that you live there full time. By the way, how is it making that move?
I love it. I mean, we spent the last few summers here, and I love the experience in Montreal in the summer, walking around the city, doing festivals, shows, trying new restaurants, being able to use our practice facility, and they made it a really good setup for us. So I think more guys are seeing that and wanting to stay longer or spending the summers here.
I love that you guys all go to all those concerts and like F1 now. Like you guys do
Yeah,
a lot.
F1. Yeah. I mean, I love F1. Like the team helps us so much with getting involved with that stuff. We want to go to any concert at the Bell Center, any of the festivals, any of the races. And they make it really easy for us to do anything that we want to, and that we're super grateful for that.
I
Who
love
was the
that.
best act you saw this year?
Oof. I'm a huge Alex Warren fan. I saw him at Oshiega. He was like early in the afternoon, which was crazy for how popular he is right now, but I think they booked him so long ago that they like didn't have any space for him to headline. But he's huge. And I got to meet him after his performance, which was cool.
How's that work? Does the team tell them that you're there and you want to meet them, or has any artist asked to meet you guys? Like,
Yeah, we've done it like at Lasso, like a lot of the country artists are hockey fans. So I've gotten to meet a lot of cool people through that and a lot of cool artists. But Alex Warren we get access to Artist World, which is like a off-site like hangout spot with food and drinks and just for the artists to hang out, and then some VIP people for the festival. So he was just sitting there, and I was like, I gotta go say hi. So felt
Are you
a little bit
champion?
of a fanboy, but it was just nice to chat.
Are you championing? Is that the word? Are you for Morgan Wallen to come to Montreal to do a walkout with you?
oh, that'd be sick.
I wouldn't say no, but he's at the Bell Center. We saw him.
But it was
Actually,
before this tour where they're
yeah,
like walking
before
out
this one.
together.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
We got to go on stage with Ernest, which was pretty cool. But
Oh, very cool.
yeah, I saw McDavid walk out with Morgan. Was that yesterday or 2 days ago or something?
yeah.
Which was cool.
So with all your F1 now that you go pretty much every summer too, have you gotten to know like some of the drivers?
I've gotten to meet a couple of them. Um, Fernando Alonso came to the Bell Center. I gave him a tour, which is cool. And then like, obviously cheer for the local guys. Like Stroll does he's from Montreal too, so got to meet some guys through the Aston Martin group. So
Nice.
I wasn't really big into F1 until a couple years ago, and now I like it a lot, especially going there.
Well, we will see you there next summer.
You gonna come?
Yeah. Oh,
yeah,
sure.
Actually, Ty and I were gonna come, but now he's probably
You
gonna hit you
should.
up to. asked to
Yeah,
ride your
we'll get you
coattails.
some access. Yeah, we'll get you some access.
I love that.
Perfect.
Once a hab, always a hab.
Oh,
This is true. I love that.
would summer be your favorite season there? Or do you have a favorite season?
No, he loves
Hockey
February.
season.
Yeah, he loves winter in Montreal.
Well, okay. Imagine take yourself out of hockey season and just look at all the seasons. What's your favorite season there?
I mean, fall,
Oh, I have a
like
question.
That's my favorite too. There.
just the anticipation, all the, it's great weather. Start of camp, it's always exciting. So we're in that right now. So it's seeing all the guys in town early and preparing together for the start of camp has been fun, and I think everyone's really looking forward to it.
Have you ever walked/hiked Mount Royal? But that's like one
Yeah.
of Kat and My's favorite thing to do. Like, could people casually just run into you and Ruby and Caitlin?
I actually haven't taken Ruby out to Mont Royal yet, but me and Caitlin have done it before a few times just to go look out over the city. It's awesome. It's tough to beat there.
Yeah. Do you get noticed up there? Do you hide out?
Yeah, I mean, I walk around the neighborhood and through the city and you get noticed, but I don't mind it at all. It's nice to meet fans outside of the rink.
Caitlin might have answered this for us, but what are some of your favorite restaurants?
This summer it's been Liverpool House.
Mm.
Went for my first time actually, so I've gone a few times now. Yeah, those Liverpool House, Joe Beef, all those ones are awesome. Milo's is one we love a lot. There's Estelle, like we're just down the street from us. La Spada is a newer Italian restaurant too. There's restaurants that come out all the time, and I just tell Kaser to let me know. I'll go try them out.
Yeah.
Is there ever a time that Kaser couldn't get you a reservation in Montreal? No.
No, guy knows everyone in the city.
For everybody who's listening who doesn't know who this person is, he's the team service guy and he is like a magician. We crossed over like a little bit of time, and just in that short span, he was like made everything happen.
It's great.
He's the right hand man to all the guys and girls, really helping get anything set up. He's
does it
the
all.
guy.
He's helped
And
me with things.
yeah, honestly, I feel like any past player could text him and he's like,
Yeah.
I got you. So
For
super
sure.
special. That's
Yeah.
a job that I think goes kind of unnoticed amongst the teams, and in the NHL, they are up all day, all night. They are your schedule makers and keepers, and
Yeah,
make sure you guys are
yeah.
taken care of. So
Shout out
he's-
Kaser.
Shout out Kaser.
I love that. Last thing on just what you do in the city. Is there anything super random that you love to do? Like a random activity that you just enjoy on an off
Try
day?
to train his cats on a leash in the park.
I don't do anything too crazy, but we love going to like the fruit stores or grocery stores and doing all the cafe runs, and I don't know.
What was the little grocery
Atwater?
oh, they had the best
National,
fresh
yeah.
fruit cut. Oh, it was the best. And the salads, they
And there's
rivaled a lot of
the one down the street attached to the Metro.
I don't know that one. But Atwater Market
Secret
too.
spot.
Oh man. Okay, now I'm
Atwater
Anyways.
Market, yeah. I had a great butcher there.
I like Atwater, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's great.
the butchers.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I guess you're not just going down the canal in one of those rowboats like I was hoping you were
No,
gonna.
no. I don't do anything like that, but
You're not Bixie biking around the town.
no, maybe the downtown guys, but would you rather that or the scooter?
They're
Pixie
both
bike.
the same. I mean, it's so dangerous. I feel like I was just like my head was on a swivel because I thought I was going to get hit by a car. But I'd rather bike probably.
Yeah, I think bike.
I love the scooter.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go. He loves scootering around
Yeah.
Montreal.
Montreal,
That's a good
yeah.
one.
There you go.
Hopefully this can
they
become a
should give you a
new.
free like tap card so you could just
I know.
take a scooter wherever you want.
We had a back-to-back in Nashville, and me and Jake were just riding around the scooters like down Broadway, and
I'm sure Coach really loves hearing this. Okay.
well, we're not wasting our energy. We're just riding around the scooter.
I
Very
need
valid.
Save
like
the legs.
Yeah, save the legs.
I need
I
like an
think this is-
influencers in the wild like video of the two of you like clowns on scooters around Montreal.
Yeah.
So outside of Montreal, what's your favorite road city? Anywhere that has a Nobu is your answer, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
That was fun. We went with Cole, Jake, and who else came with us?
Benny
Benny.
came. Yeah.
And we were like, we're probably going to see someone famous, like Chill Guys. And it was Robin Thicke, who we know. So it was great. And he's Canadian and a big hockey fan.
Yeah,
So
that was
it
cool.
was like,
Yeah.
it worked out perfectly for those guys.
Yeah.
But
I like Tampa, I like Nashville, and I like playing in Vegas too. We have so many fans that travel, so everything like there's so many cities that feel like we have half the crowd cheering for us,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
which is
actually
awesome.
looking forward to that here because I remember being on the reverse side of it and watching Florida games and being like, it's a Habs game just down in Florida. And so I'm
Yeah.
interested to see it in real life. So circling that one on the calendar.
we'll start winding down. We'll transition into our last two games, the first one of which we asked you to think about so we can guess your two truths and a lie. So let us have it.
Caitlin helped me out. I wrote it down. So first one, I grew up playing the violin. Second, as a kid, my favorite holiday was Halloween, but now it's Christmas. And the third one is I crocheted in elementary school.
I don't think you know how to play the violin.
I don't think that you changed your favorite holiday. I think you love Halloween.
And
What's this game? Poker Face.
Is that your final guess?
Yeah. Final answer.
I hated Halloween growing up.
Oh, so that was the lie.
That was
so
a lie.
that,
The lie was that I loved Halloween as a kid.
oh, you
Oh.
hated Halloween. Okay.
Yeah, I
Has
got
it
scared.
changed? Do you still hate it?
No, I don't hate it. I got scared at like 4 years old by one of the neighbors, and I was
Forever
out on
not the
Halloween
same.
for 10 years probably.
What did they do?
Just I was trick or treating. I think it might have been like my first. My dad tells the story to a
I
lot
mean,
of
you were
people.
4. That is traumatizing.
Yeah, I was like trick or
I'm-
treating for like the first or second time, and the neighbor just jumped out from the front door,
Oh.
and I was like, "Yeah, I'm out." And done.
Dressed as something or?
Yeah, he had like a mask on. So
Okay. Well,
That
that is
was,
traumatizing. That's
that
it.
was it.
Okay, well, I thought maybe you liked Halloween because we all went to that Halloween party together and you committed on the outfit. So,
Yeah.
So, okay, let's go now that you know, you're an adult in Halloween. Are you handing out candy if y'all are home and don't have a game? Or
I've actually
what's-
never been home for a Halloween.
No?
Well, when I've had a house, my
I wanna know
apartment,
y'all's
we didn't
stuff.
really have anything.
are we home this year or do you have a game?
I think we're home.
Ooh.
Ooh, are
Yeah.
you
That's
going to be a
exciting.
full-size candy bar guy or what? Signed
that what-
cards?
You gotta.
Is that what you did?
So yeah, you have to be a full-size candy bar house.
Wow. You're that
Uh,
house? That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a big crochet guy.
Yeah, let's
Not anymore, but the school I went to, we would knit, crochet, all that kind of
Have
all
you
that
and
stuff.
Jeff
But
bonded over that? Because when Jeff got injured in Montreal, he actually took up needle pointing with my mom.
really,
And he
Oh
would-
my god.
I don't know if I knew that about him.
Yeah.
I love
He,
that. That's
um,
what we learn on Never Offside. We learn weird things about each other. It's nice.
Yeah. Anyways, y'all
Maybe
can
we
talk
should
about
chat.
it at dinner.
Yeah, we'll get
Well,
our
and then-
needles out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay, so violin. If I handed you a violin right now, could you like bust out
Probably, yeah.
anything? Oh wow.
I'd be pretty
I'm
confident
gonna
in that,
text
yeah.
your mom to see if there's any video footage we can share to the
There
people.
probably is, but I don't know if I want that out there. But I
We
think
should-
there's
We'll ask for your forgiveness. It's okay.
We should end this episode with Nick Suzuki doing the violin of
Yeah.
Fix You.
Oh, that's
I
what
don't know
you
if I
should learn
could,
for
yeah,
the
maybe I
season.
should do that.
For the season ending.
For the
thing.
season ending, instead of speaking to the crowd, you're just like making everyone
Maybe next
cry.
year I could do the opening ceremonies, just be out there.
Oh, wow.
There's an idea.
If you're listening, we have it ready. A man of many talents, actually a unicorn. So Nick, we can't let you go yet. We always end with a quick shootout questions. We are actually going to rename this segment, but I will save that for.
Yeah, because we're never quick on it. Sorry, but
We're never
like,
quick, but these are just our last, last ones to just get to know the real Nick.
So, who would play you in a movie?
Last few years, someone said I looked like Taylor Lautner. So
I could see
That's
it.
a
And
great
what about who would play Caitlin?
she could play herself. She should get into
Aw.
acting. Yeah.
I love it.
That's cute. All-time favorite movie.
I really like Now You See Me.
Never heard of
Big-
it.
What?
Yeah,
that's a good one.
sorry. I do live under a rock when it comes to shows and
It's
When
not
your
new.
when your
It's
kids
like
get older, show them. It's like a whole magic crime movie. It's cool. I think there's a new one coming out too, so excited for that.
okay, I'll catch up. Are you and Caitlin watching anything together?
We just finished The Girlfriend. I don't know if you guys saw
I
that.
I did. My
It's
neighbor
pretty
told me about
wild.
that one.
It's really good. And we just finished Paradise on Disney.
Okay,
oh, I haven't
I'm
heard
gonna,
of the girlfriend.
gonna write
You
it
should
down
watch
in
The
it.
Girlfriend. It's
What's it
wild.
on?
I think it's on Prime.
Okay, is it about like a psycho girl? Like what? Oh, okay, great. Okay, that transitions into like guilty reality show pleasure you have.
I don't really watch reality, but Caitlin, I mean, I've watched a lot of stuff with Caitlin, like Real Housewives and all that.
What's
But
Caitlin's favorite that you can handle the most?
I like Salt Lake City, the Housewives. They're pretty
Wow.
good.
Salt Lake City Housewives, though, is a revelation. It's so nuts on another level. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fun group of girls there.
Nick, big Salt Lake fan. I don't think you probably use emojis, but what is your most used emoji?
Probably just like the laughing, crying one.
Like the sideways one or the regular?
No, I don't know. I don't do the sideways one. I don't know.
Because you're not laughing that hard.
No, I'm not laughing this way.
I'm always laughing sideways. Like that.
I'm just
That's
laughing
your,
at all.
yeah. I like when you like reply with like the haha. Like I like that one. You
Oh,
know,
like
when
you like
yeah, you like hold
bubble
it
it?
down. Yeah,
Oh, you're a
bubble it, yeah.
big bubble
Yeah.
guy?
I like that one, yeah.
So that's why you responded to the question mark. You
Yeah,
saw
I saw that.
you felt
Well,
that.
I felt your anger at me, so then
The question mark is real
Yeah.
harsh.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry we're going back to this, but how much
Just
we
funny.
analyzed this of like
Yeah, we were being
he's
typical
sitting there,
girls.
he's totally looking at the fantasy thing right now. He's 100% because Tyler's looking at it and they're all adjusting their things. So it was like, okay, we know it. We know he's with this girl. And I'm like, I got to the point where I'm like, he looked at my Instagram story.
oh no way.
So he
That's so
saw me.
bad.
Speaking of the psycho girlfriends, we became yours. So we became the worst. Most used social media app.
Probably Instagram. Actually, honestly, my fantasy football app could be that now.
I was wondering if you had your app open during this. Like,
No, I haven't checked one time.
oh wow,
My attention's
Well,
all on you guys.
Oh.
that's sweet. We're gonna get you out in time for Sunday Night Football, though. So
How many pictures do you have on your camera roll?
Oof.
Jeff
Okay,
thinks I'm ridiculous.
see, I'm so insane. So I'm so curious on this question.
It says 6,891 items.
Items. What?
That means screenshots too. That means everything. So that's
That means everything.
Oh yes, mine
Yeah.
says items too. I'm blind.
Is that a lot?
I
Yeah.
don't even want to tell you.
Kat,
I'm not gonna. I don't want
yes.
to tell you.
You have way
Yes,
more
I
than
wanna
that?
know
I feel
how
like that's a
much.
lot.
Nick,
I-
guess how many I have,
Over under.
and I will tell
don't know,
you, it
it-
might.
You're ashamed of it, so it's got to be like 50,000?
Higher.
Higher? 100,000?
Yeah, we just pushed over 100,000.
And
I
I
need it.
almost have 7,000.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yours.
I don't take
wish-
photos though. Caitlin gets mad at me all the time. She always says if she has a funeral that no one's gonna know anything about her.
I
dark.
honestly tell that it's the proof of life for like on vacation as a mom. I'm like, take a picture of me with the kids
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like, they know
I
I
don't
was
know.
here.
It's just not in our DNA to take.
And
I'm
to
there.
yeah,
I'm there
well,
in the
you should
moment.
See Jeff the pictures. He actually did this the other day when we went to a rodeo here. He took a picture from behind of me walking with the boys, but like the angle and everything was so awful. And then he sent it to me after like here, and I was like, oh my god.
Like just have embarrassing photos of Caitlin. Like they're bad, and she like takes nice ones.
Yeah.
But like I just try to take photos of funny stuff. That
We love you
That's
guys
nice.
for that. And
Do you have a lock screen, a wedding photo on your lock screen now?
it's
yeah.
the animals.
I have it set up so my lock screen rotates every time I open and close it.
Wait, you can do that?
Yeah.
I feel like if
I
all
don't know
people
if you
Nick
can
would know how
see.
to do.
So like it
Oh.
switches.
Oh, that's
Wow.
so sweet. Oh my god.
again.
So it's cool. You got to see a new photo of each time. So
Look at
you should
mine
set that up.
Cute.
because I know you miss these guys.
I do. The rodeo looked a lot of fun.
It was actually a blast.
I was hanging out with the Florida media crew with Reinhardt in Vegas, and they were asking me about you guys.
Oh, I hope
They're
you
like,
had.
what? They're like, how do we get Jeff to talk? I'm like, that's gonna be tough.
Give him some
Talk to
wine.
Julie.
Yeah.
I love that they asked you that. How do we get Jeff to talk?
How
Man?
do we get
Well,
Jeff
because
to-
they're like wondering what to do for his 1,000th game. So
Oh,
Oh, that's
Wow.
sweet
yeah,
that they're talking about that. Oh, let's all knock on wood, okay?
ah, we'll get there.
Yeah, we will. I'm positive vibes.
if you weren't a hockey player, what would you do?
I really wanted to know this.
I had a guess.
You wanted to know this?
Yeah,
I
I do.
think I think I do well in like finance. I'm really good with numbers, but I would have been an agent too. I feel like that would have been fun.
Oh, you'd be yeah. That
I
could be
mean, yeah. Once you're done playing, you
yeah,
can
that
still
could be
do
a
that.
power
I
move.
could see that. I think I could see myself going into management or something once I'm done playing.
Well, you have to be the only active player in the league running a wives fund right now. So,
Actually, though, no, I bet you there's a couple more out there that dip their toes in. Who would you be starstruck by?
Probably like Adam Sandler.
Oh,
I think that'd be cool.
did you like the new Happy Gilmore?
I liked it. It's obviously you can't compete with the first one,
Yeah.
but I thought they tied in a lot of like fun elements from the first one, but it got kind of crazy with the whole other league thing. I actually got to see his stand up live in Vegas, which is cool.
Nice. I
Yeah,
feel like
That's a
that
good
can
one.
happen. I feel like that's going to happen sometimes.
I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Okay, finally, one word or a few words to describe this past summer for you.
Exciting, busy, and a lot of hard work, I guess. Hard work.
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, thank you for finally answering our text messages. No, but thank you in all seriousness. Thank you for being our first guest to kick off season 2. You are just as wonderful as we know you to be, and just excited to give our fans a little insight to, Mr. Nick Suzuki.
I forgot to tell you, Macklin was really excited about this booking. So when I told him, he got really excited because he loved meeting you and hanging with you. So
Yeah,
um,
he's a good kid.
yeah.
Yeah, I helped
well,
him with his fantasy draft.
Oh, did you?
I
Yeah.
love that.
Oh my God,
A
that's
man
so
of the
nice.
people. Well,
How was it? Like, did he get a good team?
Yeah, I think so. It was for the Sharks, and we were chirping Toff when he was making his pick, so it was good.
Well, thank you so much, Nick. We really appreciated it. That was
Yeah, that was
awesome
awesome.
to talk to you.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and hopefully I can come on another season at some point.
Wholly modest, Nick
Yeah.
Suzuki. After we filmed this interview, the Canadians posted him doing a full-on sit-down interview in French.
Yeah, I saw that and I was a little confused, but also he's
He was like,
He's a
he was like,
unicorn.
he was like, I'm trying. I just go, it's okay, it's going okay.
yeah,
Like,
it's
what?
going okay. He freaking Nick, way to go,
He's
man.
good at everything.
Yeah.
That's what Caitlin told us. He's just annoyingly good at everything. And I love that he opened up to us with some things that maybe he hasn't told people yet or whatever in terms of his pop culture knowledge and stuff. So
Just
fun,
the best.
fun talking to him.
Oh,
Speaking of, we brought up the Carey trade to the Sharks.
yeah.
I have a story that got leaked to a guy on the Sharks went on a podcast in Montreal and told this story. So I feel like I can tell the story on Never Offside now. But when Carey got traded here, Ty decided to tell all the younger Sharks that he got the inside scoop via me, Ange, and Carey that Carey was coming out of retirement and he's going to play for the Sharks. And
What?
when I tell you that they were so excited, Vinny didn't say on the podcast who was the most gullible of this, but I will. It was Will Smith. He was so excited for Carrie to... And Ty told the goalies, obviously, about the joke, so it wasn't like freaking out the goalies here. That you know what I mean? They're going to use a spot or something. But yeah, it was... Yeah. Yeah, so Ty got away with a pretty funny joke.
Oh, that's pretty brutal, but also funny. You got to think that these kids looked up to Carrie when Carrie was in his prime. Like that's the age gap that we're in right now, and it was just it's like a heartwarming thing too, because that's how much they respect him, and I can only imagine how cool they think it is that they're he's a shark on paper.
Well, I mean, he came here for the physical and walked through the hallway, and I think it was like people seeing like
royalty.
Yes, actually.
Yeah.
Well, and yeah, even like the reporters were like, wow,
yeah,
Carrie Price is here. Like it's just like a cool thing to see the fans and the baby sharks.
Yeah. What was the tweet that you said Carrie did right after?
Oh, he said, always a Hab, just a teal one for now. I cried.
I know, like that like literally made my heart. I'm like, that is scary.
Yeah, it was a sweet tweet. It was
a sweet tweet.
A sweet tweet.
I love that.
Yeah.
Well, all things happening in Sharkland for you. I'm looking forward to bobblehead night and the whole shebang. And I heard also that you might be getting a roommate here. TBD.
Yes. So Michael Misa, he is the number 2 pick overall. With the Sharks. He for those who don't know that, I don't know why I decided
because we're giving you the breaking news here.
Breaking hockey news here. Michael Misa was drafted
2 months late.
So he came earlier in the summer and lived with us for 2 weeks, just training with Ty and with whoever was here. He's in camp now, so he's in a hotel. But if all goes well, we will be having a new roommate, and he's very sweet and
loves ketchup.
Yeah, puts ketchup on quite literally everything.
I hope
we'll save that story for when he eventually comes on.
Yeah,
and
we will make him
gives us some deets. Yeah,
that'll be so.
But
fun.
Very sweet, and whenever he's around, Tyler's Canadian accent gets a lot heavier. So. That's pretty funny too.
Oh, that is hilarious. Love hearing. Well, I think there'll be a couple other boys that might be a little jealous. They're not rooming with y'all, so I can't wait to see this.
The 2 weeks. The 2 weeks of him living here, it was a revolving door of like just people at the house. So
I think it's time to get the bunk beds and just
might as well
make it a thing.
I mean, I literally would come downstairs from just whatever, being upstairs, and I look out in my yard and there's like a full-on like touch football game going on. I'm like, what's happening?
Sounds like my house.
It is your house just in like what, 10 years?
Yeah. I mean, how many
or
cars?
Less, actually.
Yeah, how many cars are in your driveway? That's the thing I start thinking about with like in different houses and where we're living in right now. Like I don't, whatever the future holds.
Oh,
but
yeah.
like I'm like, oh my gosh, like. When
Whose
boys start
car is that?
driving, I'm like, there's no room here to, park all the cars or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, those are the things that weird mom thoughts. So, Kat,
yeah, I have those thoughts now. It's
we're gonna be sharing meal ideas, grocery lists, and all the things because she's gonna be cooking for House of Boys and I'm cooking for House of Boys and
#boy mom.
Boy mom. Oh my gosh, hilarious. Well,
love it.
We're back, and thanks for listening to our first, maybe a little bit rusty episode of season 2. Forgive us. If you're new here, we do get better as the season goes on, but also this is just us. So enjoy the ride. Go back to last season, listen to some really fun episodes that we had, and
we have some great guests on deck this season, though. I will say, like it's like last season was crazy, so I don't even know how we thought to match it, but I would say we are so far. So
I mean, now we have some clout because of our,
of our season 1 guest.
Season 1 guest. So, and then Nick kicking off season 2, it's, opening the door for so many things and so many fun conversations. So, like, subscribe, do all the things you do to make sure you see our podcast pop up, and leave us a review. I know that's weird to say, but that is what helps things go a long way here. And just can't wait for a fun season with y'all to bring you in on all the ins and outs here on Never Offside.
Yeah, and don't forget to follow us on Never Offside Pod on Instagram, and we will see you next week.